there's also this thing, right, that a lot of moms go through, that this question of what do I want itself causes so much guilt
Yeah.
that sometimes you just drown in it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then that's just where you're stuck.
Yeah.
Right.
The guilt is all consuming, right? The guilt is like if you do something, you're guilty. If you don't do something, you're guilty,
Exactly.
right? You're always feeling the guilt. And, the guilt is what I try and tell people is the guilt is try and look at the guilt differently, right? The guilt shows that you are trying something new for yourself, not that you're doing something wrong, right? If you are stepping out and you're going back to work, you're trying something new. You're going back to the workspace as a mother now, right? It's something new that you're doing. It's not that you're being a bad mom by leaving your kid at home. We are doing new things, and our default is to go back to the guilt, which goes back
Yeah.
to the same conditioning, because moms are supposed to be self sacrificing. We're supposed to put everyone's needs before our own. But unless you do something for yourself first, how are you going to give to the people in your life, right? If you are not happy, how can you show up as a happy mom, right?
Yeah.
And I think what also played a lot of on my mind is, what is the example that I am setting for the kids? Now, I have a daughter as well.
Yeah.
Do I want her to grow up thinking that women have to put themselves last? That that women should not rest, that everyone's needs are more important than mine, including my kids? Or do I want the kids to grow up and see that mom had a life? Like,
Yeah.
she loved us and we were very important. But there are also other areas of our life, and that gives them a new path to kind of go forward. You look at us itself, growing up, did we ever see any of the women in our life relaxing at
No,
home?
never.
Always calm, right?
Huh.
You're doing housework.
Yeah.
If they were working, then you're doing bahar ka kaam, or you're
Ghar ka
doing
kaam.
ghar ka kaam. You're always doing calm.
Yeah.
The men were watching TV, they would nap,
Yeah.
they would sit.
Yeah.
The women were never sitting,
Yeah.
right? So how do we start changing? And it's very ingrained in us.
Yes.
We don't even realize it's so
Yes.
ingrained, right? So how do we start changing that narrative for our kids? And a lot of people come to me because they say, we don't want the same thing to move on to my children. I want that to change. How do I change myself so my kids don't take in the same conditioning and grow up the same way?
So it's working on your subconsciousness,
Yeah,
basically. Your
absolutely,
conditioning.
absolutely. Yeah.
Because a lot of times you don't even realize,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
you're doing something that is a conditioning and
Yeah.
not what you want to do.
Absolutely,
in that moment.
absolutely. We don't even know, unless you have the awareness, how will you even know
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
So first step is the awareness that these are the patterns going on in my brain subconsciously. And the subconscious controls like 95% of our life. We feel we're in control and our conscious mind is thinking and we're planning. But below that, it's our subconscious that's the real director of our life.
Can you give me an example of that? Subconscious being the director.
So, for example, if you I'll give you like in a workplace scenario, okay? So, in the subconscious mind, if it's telling you that you are not worthy of making X amount of money, or you are not worthy of a certain role in your office, then you don't realize that you feel, I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough, I'm not worthy enough. But that will impact all your decisions at work. You won't speak up in meetings. You won't go to your boss and say, I think I need an appraisal. I think I need a raise. You won't apply for that really great job that you know you'll be good at, but you feel, what's the point? I'm not good enough. Right? So subconsciously, you're keeping yourself stuck because of all of these patterns. And you don't even realize that it's these patterns that are calling the shots in your life. So even like this rest and guilt and mum guilt, right?
Yeah.
Mum guilt can really keep you stuck.
Yeah.
It won't allow you to it won't allow you to go for a fun night out with your friends.
Yeah.
It won't let you take up that new job because it means you're out of the house for a couple of hours. It won't allow you to maybe hire a cook because you
Yeah.
feel like maa ka khana is
Maa
the
ke
only
haath ka
khana.
khana.
Right? So there are so many scripts underlying
Yeah.
our decisions, and we feel we're making these decisions from our conscious mind. But our conscious mind is being run by these unconscious sort of beliefs that we've picked up over the years.
That is true. A lot of it comes, like you said, from our childhood, what we have seen,
Yeah.
the generational, that's being, passed on to us.
It can even actually come a lot of times from like teenage years in school. It can even come from like your early working life. So yes, a lot of it does come from your childhood, but some stuff it's ever evolving. You know,
Yeah.
you're always picking up new beliefs from the way your life is unfolding.